There we go. Got a little gray boy in the background. All right. I'm pissed off. Really pissed off. Matt Downer in the house. Soy sucks. Those are the 2 words you need to know. Thank you, brother. Rolly. Hello, Rad. Good to see you, my man from Ecuador. El sabio de Ecuador. Soy boys and cucks, beta males, male feminists, new males. What are the other names we call them? Red Mind Man's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Great video today, by the way. I got my 4-eyed Clark Kent's on tonight. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Gen Xers can't be simps, soy, or suckers. Exactly. Lone wolf in the house. Don't just say no. They hate high testosterone men and do everything they can to sabotage us, destroy the soy. Guys, soy boys, beta male, cucks, cuck face, male feminists are destroying societies. The strong man is, there's a war on toxic men. Have you heard of a group called Bronies? These are, I saw a documentary on male men, from the ages of like 16 to 40 that watch My Little Pony. They're called Bronies. I didn't believe it when I saw it. I was disgusted. Check it out. Bronies. Right? Those are their names. If you go on YouTube and Google Bronies, you will be disgusted. No wonder our society is crumbling. It's crumbling under the emasculated man, the male feminist. The man is turning into a woman. This is all by design, by the way. This is all by design. The white knighting is out of control. The beta male simping is out of control. OnlyFans exists because of soy. OnlyFans exists because of the cucks. Because of the emasculated men. And it's been going on for 80 years. Mr. Drummer Live, good to see you, Ben. Great content you posted earlier today. Appreciate it. Always glad to have you. I still will make that video on the pedestal. Wait for that. Weak men make hard times. Soy boy is the enemy of our society. Well said. Well said. Jawara in the house. Good to see you, my brother. Yeah, I got upset. I just had to let it out on these. I grew up with a strong father. I'm a lucky one. My dad was a very tough man. He taught me and my brother how to fix cars, fix homes, run agriculture, landscape, fix the goddamn drywall that fixed the floods. My dad was instructed us how to shoot guns and so forth. So I was lucky. There's not a lot of guys in the last 30 years, 40 years that had a strong fatherly figure, right? Anyhow, Joara, shout out to you. Hope you're doing well. You got your big Walmart deal. Joara is a award-winning author and professor, so always welcome here. By the way, I need to get your book on consciousness. That looks really interesting. Jason Reed is in the house. Positive masculinity, my man. Good to have you. Hell yes. Hard times make strong men survive. Red Mind Man. What the gynocracy and the court system wants to do is to destroy the man. And you know, it's interesting. The authorities are majority male. What is it? 95% of the authorities in the military, the police, the popo, the government, security is predominantly male. And yet, at the same time, they're defending the gynocracy by the sword, but they're going to die by the same sword. I told you about the story about a judge here in Davis County that he was a divorce judge, and now he's going through his own divorce. So he was, destroying men's lives as he was signing off and declaring that they were divorced, and now he's going through one. Will he wake up? Who knows? But something's going to happen, guys. We have to be strong. Strong men are what made this world. Does anybody not remember how the United States became a country? We had to fight who? Hold on. This is before the British. We had to fight the Indians. And then we made peace through Thanksgiving, the Pilgrims. And then the British came, and they enforced massive amounts of control over us. We had to fight them. And how far did they live in a boat? 2 months on a boat? And we beat them. The French helped us. I mean, what are the French good for besides bread, right? Lone Wolf, Lachlan, nice pro, auto tech, concealed carry here. Toxic man, guilty as charged. You are toxic, you guilty. No one minds my toxicity when they need a car, truck, fixed, or security. Absolutely. Look, you're only as strong until you aren't. You're only as strong until your opinion doesn't agree with a weaker opinion. And the weaker opinion says you're toxic. That's all that happens. Right? Strong men make terrible slaves. Strong men do not submit, would rather die than be a slave. Makes me sick when I hear a woman today that say they own a business and are business women and entrepreneurs due to having an OnlyFans account. They're simply online strippers, nothing more. I would agree with that statement 100%. Online strippers, nothing more, 300 Trebek. I need 50 grand for all the necessary surgeries, forehead reduction, hair treatment. You ain't going bald. Go get a wig. Have you seen those wigs out there for guys? All that shit. Look, Joara, you're a little bit older. Your hair is meant to fall out because you're a smart guy. It's as simple as that. Bald is sexy. And guys, the black dudes that get bald, I never expect to see a black guy unless he has dreads that's not bald. Which is, I mean, look at all the players. Michael Jordan, Coach Greg Adams, The Rock. I don't know if he's 100%, but a lot of these guys. Terrell Owens, all right, Mike Tyson. You look good, bald, Gerald. Joara. You look fine. Don't spend all that money on that crap. It's not going to work. Let's see. Lone Wolf. What's Lone Wolf say? Mentally strong men make terrible slaves. Yes, yes, yes. The black pill guy says bald is bad. Doesn't stop me, my man. Bald is so accepted. When I first shaved my head in 1993, it was a different story. Not a lot of men shave their heads. Now it's very commonplace. You can get away with it, especially if you're a black man. White guys, they get the pale head, and the pale head doesn't look very good. Matt Downer, strong men are not vulnerable. We are not to be whined by anybody. Yes, 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 yes. We do not allow we look at facts, not feelings. We look at facts, not fairy tales, right? The fairy tale is the liberal. The fairy tale is the soy boy. The fairy tale is the guy that says we can hang out and kumbaya with China and Russia and North Korea. That's the soy boy. Do you know what the countries are thinking right now? They're looking at the president of the United States and saying, this guy is the ultimate simp. We can take him over in seconds. He will cry uncle. That's what they're thinking. For the last 4 years, nothing happened with the United States because we had a strong man in charge. Now, was he 100% perfect? No. But he let people know that we weren't going to be effed with. You can't sit down and have a kumbaya with the bully. You got to beat the bully. Right? Guys, stack your green, get out of debt, pay down your credit cards, student loans, the rent moratorium is up, save. We may be looking at serious opportunity soon. I would agree with that statement 100%. Do not buy real estate right now. Stay out of the craziness. It's going to come back to normalcy. And by then, you might be able to get that property that's overinflated for 30, 40% less, right? Jason Statham is the only white dude that looks good. Maybe Bruce Willis. There's not a lot of white guys that look great bald, but it is more accepted now. I've never had a problem with ladies being bald, and I've been bald for 28 years. And I wear glasses at night. Once you get 50,000 subscribers, I won't be able to read each comment. No, but the ones that stood by me, I will. 50. I just think it's out of control. I mean, a lot of these guys, they want to be so big and make all this money. I don't monetize anything. This is all about helping myself remember through great people the reality of life, navigating female nature, understanding strength is better than weakness. Simple as that. Strong men built the society. Strong men defended society. Strong men work hard. Weak men don't. Weak men don't. So the soy boys, the cucks, even the clothing. Look at the guys. Go out this weekend and watch the guys wearing the real beta male outfits. All right? T-shirts, pants, jeans. I wear Levi's, 511s, by the way, and boots. And in the winter, you wear flannels and dark colors, masculine colors, military style. That's what guys wear. None of these short little shirts with boat shoes and topsiders and red little shorts with little golf clubs on them. We don't wear that. That's not masculine. That's feminine. That is part of the agenda. Even if they can't take the bully like terrorists, you don't negotiate, go ham on their asses. Well said, Lone Wolf. What comes first, the collapse or rad heading a million subs? The collapse. I think I'm shadow banned, Redmine. That's what happens, though. The collapse, yep. I would go 1,000 Trebek, the collapse. Susan Woke Jokey would never let that happen. I think I've been, you know what? I think I've been shadow banned for at least almost 2 years. Which is fine. You know, I don't care. I'm not here to be a better bachelor. That guy's got 400,000 viewers. I don't care about that crap. It's goofball. You know, if you want to have that many, great. That's a lot. I want to help people, and I could care less about audience. If it was 2 people in here, we'd all be helping each other. It's as simple as that. Did anybody besides myself get physically sick when the transgender woman competed in the weightlifting? That did not look like a woman to me, but the only thing that I find positive out of all of that is, remember, equality exists until it doesn't. So they can allow these guys to compete with women, but then they get upset when they do. You see, it's kind of like they've painted themselves into a corner with all of their agenda of pro-choice and women empowerment and this, that, and the other. And now they have to live with it. They have to live with it. Because now their equality argument doesn't work. What are the soy boys going to do? They're going to get their ass kicked by a trans man, which is a woman that turns into a man. Soy boys are 2x4s. They look like this. No muscle, no structure, no desire, and they follow the female agenda, like Copper Cab. Anyone know who Copper Cab is? Check him out on YouTube. Getting here after watching Pop Stream. Always enjoy your stuff, Rad. Good to have you, Jerry C. Always a pleasure to have you in the house as well. Nirvana. Camo cargo shorts, combat boots, always ready. Oh, Nirvana T, always ready for action. There you go, brother. That's a masculine look. You don't want to wear boat shoes. I've noticed the infamous dad bod starting to look more like a mom bod. Men's clothes look more feminine every day. Red Mind Man. If that's not the truth, that is the damn truth. They're looking more and more feminine. Drives me batty. This is what's happening to society. Then you see some of these soy boys growing beards. Completely doesn't fit them. Right? Out of control. Even the cars, Red Mind Man. I live in a state that's very conservative. Lots of trucks. Lots of gunpowder. Lots of diesel. But look at most of the states out there on the west and east coast. All full of pussies. Better Bachelor is moving to locals anyways. Interesting. I like some of his stuff, but I don't know how much he can really connect and integrate with his audience, which I really, really appreciate when there's a dialogue between us all and, we know each other and so forth. Headed Canadian, is that right? Or CDN, you're obviously legit with cars. Look at the cars. That's another thing. Some of these cars now, these little mini SUVs, they look like Pee Wee Herman cars. Simpy. Jawara, are you going to ever beg for money like who paying 50%? Never. Never. I never started this for ever. If I want to monetize something, I'll teach someone Spanish. Simple as that. I could probably make quite a bit of money teaching executive Spanish online. No, this is all about helping people stay alive and moving forward. Cyberzoni in the house. Good to see you, brother. I didn't watch. Olympics are too woke for me now. Quitters are praised as being brave for quitting. This is what passes for competition now. Damn right it is. Red Mind Man laying it down in Chinatown. Look at that damn purple-haired soccer player who's so woke, she choked. Woke, choke, broke. Woke, choke, broke. Woke, the wokers are now waking up on the woke, and they're fighting each other. I love it. I love what's happening. I love the fact that even though I'm a patriot, that the women's soccer, the politicizing of a sport is uncalled for. I do not want to see LeBron talk about BLM when he lives in a white neighborhood. And he makes more than everyone and going off on some rampant tangent of politics. He is not a political figure. He is an expert at putting a ball through a hoop. That is all he's good at. And making wise decisions in terms of marketing himself based on his ability to put a rubber ball through a hoop. It's as simple as that. If he can never put a rubber ball through a hoop, he might be working in a factory. I don't want to hear his politics from a celebrity, from an actor, from an athlete. If you want to talk politics, be a politician. Cheaper groceries, you help my life, Rat. I am so glad that you have been a member. You've learned from everybody. We're here for everybody. I'm here for you, you're here for me. And vice versa. Official CPA, what would you do if you woke up with 1 million subscribers? That ain't going to happen. I'm too polarizing, official CPA. I'd rather the truth, I'd rather have one subscriber by speaking the truth than a million by seeking a monetary compensation. Anyone else is there? I started losing my hair when I was 16, Jawara. Think about that. And now you're successful. It's all right to lose hair, you know? DHT. Go look at saw palmetto. Saw palmetto is the herb that they say helps stop that. Man boobs everywhere, says Red Mind Man. I would agree with that statement. Cuck faces. They want to equal until a biological person assigned, make at birth, completely crush the competition, and go put on a dress and makeup afterwards. Yeah. Men are putting dresses on. Would our forefathers be down with that? Would the guys defending us in Vietnam, even though Vietnam was a shit show, let's say the Korean World War II, would they be down with a man putting on a dress? That's what they fought for? Whacked. Stephen Greco, trying to get my family out of New York. When do you think the collapse happens? I think the collapse has already happened. We just haven't seen it. We just haven't experienced it to the extent that it's impacted our lives. Good to have you here. Late Night Rad, Big Tout, Absolute Knowledge. I was about to call it a day. I just had to get on just because I saw this video about bronies and soy boys and cucks. I had to say, that is not normal. That is not real. Men need to be masculine. Throw rocks, swing axes, lift weights, sweat. Everyone check out MGTOW Absolute Knowledge. Red Mind Man's got a channel. I'm trying to get everybody else to get a channel. Matt Downer. Dress for grunge to avoid that soy look. Dark colors, body ink, chains. Doc Martens will reinvent the man in its truest form. In 9th grade, I bought a pair of 10-eyed oxblood Doc Martens from England. Not the fake ones, the real ones. It took like 2 years to work them in. 10-eye oxblood. I look like, and guys called me Ronald McDonald in high school, but I loved it. I could care less. Try to get more sleep, salmon, less stress, and don't stress. Losing hair is part of aging. If you're worried about your hair, you're worried of an external identity. Change your identity. Don't worry about it. Park Ridge, I haven't watched the Olympics since the 90s. It's a shit show now. Yeah, everyone's bowing their damn knees. Park Ridge, right? Making political statements. You're not there to make a political statement. You're there to compete in your sport of choice. What do you think about tucking in shirts again like the 90s? If you look masculine, go for it. But I keep my shirt untucked. I've seen very few masculine men with tucked in shirts. David Castro, first time you do a live stream at night. First time this late at night. Good to have you, brother. MGTOW Absolute Knowledge, the blue pill cucked out soy boy mangina is a socially acceptable norm nowadays. Absolutely. Getting sick of it. It's disgusting. Why would a woman like an emasculated feminine man? They don't. Feminists do not want, regardless of what they say, they do not want weak men. It goes against their biology. Brad, do you work with a company or are you self-employed, Andrew Briggs? But I've worked with a company for quite some time, but I have been self-employed as well. Official CPA, no tucking shirts, no collars. Attaboy. The woke culture keeping us enslaved, and we need an exit. Now, the way you exit is you just stay on your purpose. That's it. You can't fight the media. Even the people that are exposing the liberals and the fakeness and the gynocracy, everyone's getting canceled. It's not going to end well. The Economic Ninjas video called Fight the Feeling of Being Like the Herd says it's hard to even plan 4 weeks ahead right now. Financial upheaval seems imminent. I would agree. Do we even know what's going to happen? We don't even know if tomorrow is going to even come. let alone a week from now, 2 weeks from now. The future doesn't exist. However, as Red Mind mentioned, get out of debt, stack bills, be prepared. Be prepared emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually for a potential collapse. And sure as hell, physically and financially. The woke agenda is only about enslaving men, period. I would agree with that statement. I think this whole last 80, 90 years is about destroying the man. Stephen Greco, hey Rad, good to see another live stream. Being a bachelor in your mid-20s in America is extremely lonely and depressing. But as long as you have a good network of brothers to talk to, it helps. Now let me talk about that for a second. When you're sad and depressed, this might be a hard truth to swallow. It's you're seeking, I was in the same boat at one point in my life. You're seeking external validation from others. All you need is internal validation, and it's a skill that you work on. You get out of your place, you try new hobbies, you try new things, and you move forward that way. Loneliness is giving power to somebody else to validate your existence. You don't need that. You have a community of brothers that are sitting here. Most likely, all of us do not have anybody by us right now. We're all alone. Would you agree? I invest in hair transplants and wigs, Matt Downer. Boys, do not take saw palmetto. Look up the permanent effects, Stephen Greco. I never took that, but I heard for some reason it blocks DHT. But Stephen Greco, if you know that truth, lay it down to Chinatown. Soy boy example, Billy Joe Armstrong, official CPA. I love that. He looks like a punk rock guy. But then I read an article that he was swinging for both teams. So he was hiding his true identity behind this punk rock. And I grew up on punk rock. Nobody can school me on punk rock, hardcore, late 70s glam rock, which is not metal. It's early punk rock. But yeah, it really irritated me because I used to like Green Day until I found out that he was swinging for both sides. The manty-hose Matt Downer. I've seen it. I've seen pantyhose for men. Red Mind Man, I had a late cup of joe, so glad to have something to stay up doing. Glad you're here, brother. Has anyone else had their mayor or governors release a new mask mandate? It's coming in North Carolina. Roy Cooper is destroying the state, not to mention Sleepy Joe. In Utah, the governor is saying he recommends, but the legislator voted against him telling the state that he could mandate mask use. DHT is the male hormone, 3 times stronger than testosterone. Soft palmetto kills DHT. Interesting. Take the chrome dome. That's what I do. Haircuts are really cheap. They're like 1 cent a week with the Bic. They got the hair implants. Good work is in the low 5 figures from what I heard. People want their hair to grow back. Should look into it. There's a lot of, you know what? Very well said. There's a lot of soy boys cucks that want their hair back. It'd be great. Didn't even think about that. Working on starting my own channel, focusing on post-divorce culture and life strategies. Greeting from ELA. Red Pill Lens, Brad. Hey, listen. Get a channel and I'll plug you all day long like I do the others. We need more voices out here. More voices is what we need from multiple flavors. Black guys, Latin guys, European guys, white guys, yellow guys, guys in every part. We need to help our fellow brothers. This is not something we're not racist. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. We are men with the same brain in different colors, skins, sizes, shapes. We help each other. What's wrong with that? Black Olympians protesting specifically at Big Shot, but I saw that, disgusted by that. Disgusted, Joara. John Boston in the house. It's 11:30 by John's time. Rad, how you doing? I'm doing great, brother. I was I was irritated by these bronies. These men watched My Little Pony. Disgusted. Disgusted. Gotta check it out, John. Bronies, Bronies. Lee Paul Kren's in the house. Brother, where are you from? Good to have you. On Facebook, you have average ugly women posting pictures and guys so desperate are always telling them how beautiful they are. Dark minds, laying it down to Chinatown. That is the truth. The simping is out of control. Simping is out of control. It's not funny he's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Cyberzoni, who watches the Olympics anymore? They say the viewership's down like 40%. The women want men that they can control to do their bidding. Sam Vaknin brought it up. The rise of the beta male nowadays is real. You know what? The beta male will get his ass kicked. He doesn't know how to fight. He's going to use his feelings over facts. Feelings over fairy tales over facts. Matt Downer, no one's asking us to fight. Exactly. It'll come. It'll come. Lisa Smith, all the way from the Kansas City. Hey, Rad, I'm not single, but beta males are a big turnoff. Why would a guy want to be a doormat? Thank you for saying that. A lady from Kansas City saying that weak men are disgusting. Huge turnoff. A lot of women like, Lisa, weak men because they can control them. You think they're putting out in the bedroom? Hell no. They're just using his resources and getting his validation. Thinking about Jason Statham and Jason Momoa from Aquaman. And Jason Momoa is a simp in my book. Slam Cave, hang in the yard with my son after dinner, super peaceful. Glad to race him without the drama from when I was with his mother. Raise him as a masculine man, my friend. Brad, the eviction is happening. Notice lots of people moving, and there are many places for rent. The dark winter is happening. John Boston. I would agree with that 100%. Spoke to a woman I've not spoken to in a while. Nice woman, but she drinks too much wine. Oh, my word. Are the roosters not coming home to roost? Black pill neo, bro. Look into stoicism. It's all about acceptance and only controlling what you truly can. There's a difference between lonely and alone. Alone can be wonderful, actually. We come into this world alone and we die alone. And we're alone in our car when we're driving to work. We're alone in the bathroom. We're alone. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Red, my man. Loneliness is what I have always said. And I had to learn it too. Loneliness is giving power to an external entity, which is a human, a male or a female, typically a woman. I'm alone because a woman's not in my house telling me how amazing I am. I'm lonely. No, you're not. No one's lonely. We learned that trait growing up. Now we have to unlearn it by saying, who matters more? Our internal validation or an external validation? Guys, the only person that's going to love yourself 100% is yourself. And girls, right? Bolo, when I fell in love, my first question was, what am I going to do? I still ask myself that question. I keep looking for things to do. And I'm sure your mind puts things in your path of what to do. Brad, you mentioned you were taking 100 milligrams of DHEA. That's too much. Get your estrogen tested. I've been tested. 100 is what my guy said. It's 50 to 100 is what he had said. And I did 100 in all the blood work. But yeah, some guys that take too much will have that issue. But I fell along the lines where I didn't need testosterone. Do you get relationship thirst when you're out in public and see couples? And no. I don't look at couples and go, oh my gosh, they're amazingly happy. I know exactly what's happening behind the closed doors and when they're in the car by themselves. She's on her phone and he's miserable because he can't get validation and appreciation. That's reality, right? That is reality. But good question. Billy's one of the first greatest guitarists I ever heard, so it's sad about Men First, official CPA. I know. Billy Armstrong was good. Yeah, and he's a very liberal. Look, liberal men are weak men. It's the bottom line. Liberal men are weak men. Maybe my vid, Death of the Dream Acceptance, will help you. I'm fighting it too from time to time, right there with you. Guys, if you're lonely, this is what I'm going to tell you to do. You got to move out. You got to get out of your house. You got to walk around the neighborhood. You got to go to a new restaurant by yourself. You sit at the bar and you talk to the bartender. You don't know him, but you can at least have a conversation. You can talk about the food, talk about the clientele. You can watch a sports team. Get out and do things by yourself. That's the only way you're getting over loneliness. When you're sitting behind the screen and thinking about your ex or what happened, you're not going to be content. You've got to do things on your own. You cannot build muscle by sitting in your chair. You have to go to a gym and lift heavy shit. Cesar, all the way from Ventus, read an article today about 5 most desirable men used in female porn. Vampire, werewolf, billionaire, surgeon, and pirate. I see 0 weak men on that list. There you go, guys. A vampire, a werewolf, a billionaire, a surgeon, and a pirate look like all strong men to me. Very interesting, Cesar. Slam Cave, don't want my son to go through crap we had to go through in Generation X. Little scraps of knowledge of female nature, unlike my own father. Continue to be the example of masculinity. Brad, do you know anything about CVA or Sandpoint, Idaho? Yes. Coeur d'Alene is amazing. I spent a lot of time with my ex and her family in Sandpoint at Lake Ponderosa. Sandpoint's a great place. I actually like Post Falls, and I like Spokane. I like Spokane better than Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene. It was a bigger city, a little bit more technology, but Sandpoint's beautiful as well. I'd hit it. We go there every summer, take the boat out. Beautiful little small town, more conservative. So good place to retire, absolutely. 43, so tail end of Generation X. That's all right, Slam Cave. Got plenty of time to make your life amazing. Why do we have a double standard to believe all women when Cuomo is being attacked, but when Biden is woman coming after him, they are just lying? John Boston. The double standard for 200 Trebek. Because they're liberals. Liberals have no accountability either. And no, it'll be interesting to see what happens to Cuomo. They have all these, all this evidence. Do you think he's going to go down? Do you think they're going to remove him? If you're a Democrat liberal, you get off real easy. If you're a conservative Republican or libertarian, they'll throw everything at you. So it's going to be interesting, John, to see what happens to Cuomo. Call Me Coon, finally caught alive. What's good, Rad? How's it going? Good to see you, brother. Check out Call Me Coon's channel very well as well. Very well done videos. All the guys that I plug on here, I subscribe to them as well. Red Mind Man, another. Glad you're using VIC and not Gillette. Gillette can take it in the shorts. Probably wouldn't hurt since there's nothing there. Gillette can suck it. That is a beta male company. All of them need their asses kicked. And I hope somebody is watching me from Gillette. You damn pussies, soy boys, cucks, saying that men can't be men. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. Men are men and women are women. We want feminine, fit, respectable men honoring women. If they really understood that, women would have everything. That is the recipe of amazing relationship. Stand by your man. Respect him. Honor his authority. I didn't say to be submissive. Give your opinion when it's necessary. But no, the woman's got to be the man now. The woman has the penis, right? Bullshit. Well said, Redmine. No way. Billy Joel is mediocre at best. I play and teach guitar, have a dozen guitars, 20 years. Billy Joe is mediocre as guitarist, better singer-songwriter. Yeah, he's got some good tunes. I got some of their stuff. I think their drummer kicks ass, but he was just able to turn punk into pop, made it cool, right? Had a gal recently tell me that she deserved to be treated like a princess. Princess Destiny Syndrome for 300 Trebek. Because her dad bought her a puppy and filled up her gas tank. And she's a pediatric nurse. Self-entitlement is real, says Ben, Mr. Drummer Life. I was married to a nurse for 20 years. Believe what they say about nurses. This is the number one thought and cheating profession of women. You're absolutely right. She's a princess, just like my father-in-law, who now is no longer with us, told his daughter. Cheaper groceries, do you get nauseous while fasting? I do not. I've done it so long that my body is used to it, but I mix it up quite a bit. Got you, Lone Wolf. Rad, who's your top 5 guitarists? Oh, shit. You sound like Mysterio. Slash, I'm not going to order him. Slash, Jimmy Page, Billy Duffy from The Cult, Tracy Guns from LA Guns, which is ironic because Tracy Guns and Slash were in the same band at one point. Who would be my 5th guitarist? I would probably say James Hetfield from Metallica. I might take 1 or 2 of those out, but Billy Duffy, no way. He's one of the greatest. I mean, I think even Robert Smith is a great guitarist from The Cure. Good question. If you think bronies are disgusting, just look up Clopper. I'll have to check that out. Those bronies are whacked. BLM should have been called Black Lesbians Matter. Saw a lesbian with tats, shaved head with a BLM sticker with rainbow. I was going to go over and get her number for shits and giggles. I think Greg Adams talked about that. The woman that just research the gal that runs BLM. She lives with whites in a $20 million mansion. What does Jawara think about that? All lives matter. All lives matter. Anyone in the MCU are simps. Love it. Women are juggling D's nowadays. She's probably juggling a couple of betas and we're in there when Chad don't pick up. Hey, look, the salami subway has been running for years. Runs on electricity. Don't underestimate the salami subway. They've got season passes. Fellas, she's a lib until she isn't. Libs can get the pipe too. I don't discriminate. Shout out to a young Jamie Leaker. This official CPA. Look, if you guys go out with the gal, don't talk politics. She'll probably bring it up. Just act stupid. Just be silent. You're only out for one purpose. Warborg in the house. Good to see you, man. It's been a while since I've seen Warborg. Just saw a woman with a typical beta buck. Her channel is named Candy Down Amber. Taylor the Fiend did a video roasting them with logic and red pills. Warborg, are you still driving your van? I've seen a couple videos in the last little bit with you. Good to have you. Had 3 women this week tell me they are lonely. Women and loneliness for 300 Trebek. Boozy is on point with a statement. In 10 years, it won't be normal for kids to be straight. They're no longer hiding the feminine agenda being forced on men. Call me Coon. Guys, it's turning into a shit show where 4-year-olds are now requesting to be girls and boys. They're not even old enough to even understand what that even means. Today, my son had a wrestling punching fight to some heavy metal. I'm having him taste masculinity young. He's not even 6 yet, and he loves it. Red my man. You know what? One of the good sports to get him involved in, if you really think about it, would be a combat type sport. Even wrestling. I think wrestling is a solid masculine sport. Football. I mean, anything sports related can be mad. Competition is good. Young Jamie Lee's bod was smoking, but she hit the wall hard. I heard, wasn't Jamie Lee like a hermaphrodite or something like that? You have great content. The brothers out here want to support you. A suggestion, invest in a microphone and you will see your subscriber count increase. Build your channel early on. Yeah, I probably should. Thank you for that recommendation. Jason Reed, men, warm up to the idea that you can be your own best friend. Love yourself. I think right there is the ultimate red pill truth. Men going their own way realize that they are their own best friend, that all they need is themselves. That is literally the tenet, the facet of what we're talking about. Well said, Jason. A pirate, I'm going to get the puffy shirt Jerry Seinfeld wore that made him look like a pirate. That's a great episode, John Boston. And the one with man hands is even better. And the one when Kramer says, don't get married. Big to absolute knowledge. If he's a good puppet, they'll keep him in there. He is a puppet. They're about to require proof of vax to enter restaurants and gyms in New York. Fuck New York. New York was built on some serious gangsta. Now it's turned into a fucking shit show. If you wear a dress, you get better treatment. Sweet Padre, good to have you, brother. Tell me where you're from. Rad 700 people are coming out here to Martha's Vineyard for Al Bomber's birthday. I hope they all get bit by ticks, get sick from mold in the South, and get the China flu when they come to MV, Martha's Vineyard. Again, they're only as equal until they're not, right? It's ridiculous. JB Momini, what are your thoughts on the NYC Vax passport? I am anti-vax, my friend. Where are you from? Good to have you. Yeah, my ex is also a nurse, got rid of that. Nurses are the biggest thoughts. I was married to one. Thought that line from Kindergarten Cop still cracks me up. Boys have a pen, girls have a penis, girls have a vagina. Youth from today would be triggered by that line, Lisa Smith. I would agree, man. Lisa, I would agree. Check out Nadia, New York. Nadia, New York. I'm going to put that down. She's a YouTuber. Look her channel up. I'm totally digging her stuff. Nadia, New York. I just put that down. This chick is like an interesting gal, totally friggin' anti-liberal. So check it out. So you're saying Hendrix? All right. I mean, I like Hendrix. I mean, you know, Pete Townsend, right? There's some great guitarists. It's really hard to like narrow it down. Joe Satriani, Carlos Santana. There's so many good ones. Gillette was a client of mine since Procter & Gamble bought them. They have turned into a tampon company. P&G owns Tam brands who make tampons, John Boston. And they've cucked themselves. I don't buy anything from them. Rain on a Tin Roof, can you please list a few examples of women you would consider the ideal? Are there any good examples in popular culture? That might be a video on its own, Rain on a Tin Roof. There are 1% to 2% women that are decent. I have met some. But they're very rare. They are very rare, folks. And there's a few on our channel. Jeff Loomis. Who is Jeff Loomis? I've heard that name. Eric Clapton was asked in an interview, how does it feel to be the best guitarist? I don't know, ask Prince. And there you go. Prince, I forgot him. Amazing guitarist. Sup, boys? Cheers from Chicago. What we talking about? We're talking about soy boys, cucks, beta males, and bronies. And how we need to walk all over them and play Smear the Queer. That's what we need to do. These Jeopardy references are hilarious. My spleen hurts. Jeopardy, can't beat it, right? Two of my favorite guitar players, Jeff Healey and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Jerry C. Jeff Healey making an appearance. Remember Mr. Jeff Healey and Stevie Ray Vaughan had some wonderful stuff. Beautiful Life from Laguna Beach in the house. Good to see you, girl. Yes, I've been searching abandoned homes, fishing, and whatnot. Warburg, living the MGTOW life. Alex Lifeson, Steve Ho, Eddie Van... I forgot Eddie. Steve Morris, Joe Perry, my 5 guitarists. I forgot Eddie. I'd put Eddie over James Hetfield. Originator, right? You guys hear New York City Mayor de Blasio is mandating vaccines in a couple. I heard that today, and I'm disgusted. Guys, this is going to cause like serious resistance, and I'm not going to say what resistance turns into. For some sweet guitar, check out Jeff Loomis. Loomis demos the new JLX 7 FR Cygnus. All right, Jeff Loomis, let me check that out. Today, if a boy plays competitive chess, they will say it's a sexist game. Bobby Fischer, man. Bobby Fischer. Chess is a game of strength and controlling emotions. MGTOW Cowboy, terrible news. This means it'll be rolling out to the rest of the country this fall. JV Momini. I think you're going to see Florida, Texas, Utah out of it. I mean, there's strength in those cities and country. And there's strength in every state right now and country. The resistance is going to happen. Right? The resistance is going to happen. What is this world where trans dress more feminine than women? It's disgusting. That Nevada chick won the Miss Universe. A man won a woman's competition. A man is on the cover of Sports Illustrated. What's right is wrong, and what's wrong is right. It is wrong to slice your genitals off. If I was in a court and God was the judge, I would win 100% just by saying that statement. Jerry, what do you think in marriage? It's a man-made prison. You are doing time. You've got to talk. You've got to talk to each other. Totally. Kramer always cracks me up. He speaks his mind about bras. Don't be a George, guys. George, total simp. Jerry at least used he would say no to him. Coach Greg and I don't live in black communities. We're still black though. Coach Greg and I don't live in black communities. We're still black though. I love the perspective of everyone. Black guys, Mexican guys, Chinese guys, Vietnamese, Polish guys, European guys, Spanish. We all can relate to relationships from a male perspective and how we think. We're very similar. I have ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine, no Fauci for me. It's becoming ridiculous. You know what we should use? My body, my choice, just like the liberal abortionists use. Guitar standing up the same size as Prince. Prince was 4'10", right? Prince kicked ass, though. I mean, dude, that guy. There is nobody that will ever be like Prince. He was his own goddamn genre. Elliot Easton, the Cars, very under. Ooh, bringing back the Cars. Cyberzone, I think you're a youngster too, aren't you? The Cars. Good movie. I remember buying that tape. I think I was 11 or 12 years old. Was it Drive? Can't remember. If you live in a white neighborhood, you ain't black. Joe Biden. If you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black either. Fucking idiotic. Forget about Steve Vai and the Sat Virtuoso for sure. Lone Wolf, the teacher of guitars. We got a teacher of guitar. Love it. Cut the Olympics off because of what my people are doing. It's disgusting what they're doing. Jeff Loomis, best known for his guitar role in the metal band Nevermore. All right, I'll check that out. I saw the Wokyo Olympics for a sec. Wokyo for Tokyo Olympics for a second and shut it off. It's ridiculous. No one's watching this shit anymore. If they got, you know what's going to happen this next year? The sports, the NFL, the NBA, it's turning into simp kingdom. It's ridiculous. Prince was amazing. They want Cuomo out so they can put a wokety woke governor. Yeah, just like Oregon has Kate Smith, that lesbian, bi, whacked out, feminist. Go read What Happened to Rome, everybody. And that's where we're headed. Mark Knopfler, Dire Straits was, bringing back some Dire Straits. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. I love it. It's sad Shanae trying to take Prince down with false accusations when she's twice his size. She's doing it for attention. Female attention for 300 Trebek. Red Pill Men's Health is now called the Christian Bachelor, says Black Pill Neo. You know, Greg had some good stuff. He used a lot of heavy words. I think I'm more of a street person myself. And he was very religious. I think religion has a lot of beta maleness in it because it's submission. I'm not saying that the tenets and the or the principles or philosophy is nothing. I'm a huge Bible believer and I believe in Christian principles, but I think there's a lot of simping in different sects and religions in the world. I think spirituality is from within. The world going topsy-turvy is hitting hyper speed. God, is it not? Look what's happened the last year and a half. How the world's been turned upside down. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet. That's what I just said. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Isaiah 5:20, read my man. The Bible for 300 Trebek. What wrong is right and what's right is wrong. It's as simple as that, guys. They know it's wrong to slice the genitals off. They know it's wrong for marriage to exist. You know what I'm going to say. They know it's wrong to leave traditional gender roles. Love it. Great quote. Sinead looking for a settlement from beyond the grave. Well, she's washed up now. Has anyone even seen a picture of Sinead O'Connor? Does not look good. Got hit with the ugly stick. Hit the wall at age after that Letterman appearance. Cars were a good band. A friend of mine lives right near the keyboard player. Yeah, I love the Cars, John. I know you play bass, so I was just watching Guns N' Roses. I'm going to go to Guns N' Roses this month in Vegas. And Duff McKagan just kills it on guitar or bass. It was great to hear the McCloskeys from St. Louis were pardoned. Yes, I saw that today. They were protecting their property with the Second Amendment right that they were due based on their birthright. Guys, we live in clown world now. Thanks for bringing that up, Lisa. We have to remember that. A lot of the female Olympians are hyper masculine. Yes, they are, and they have wide shoulders and big muscles. That is not a feminine trait. NFL is toast. What is a black national anthem? Colin Kaepernick for 200 Trebek. David Gilmour, Jimmy Page, I would agree. Jimmy Jones in the house. Good to see you, brother. Jimmy James, tell me where you're from. Brad, do you lend any credence to the conspiracy of the Georgia Guidestones? I'm trying to remember what those are. I think I remember what those are. I think I saw a documentary on those. Let me know what those are. Gregory says we never lay with women again. That's fine. I mean, if he wants to live his life like that, great. Whatever makes him happy. Nigel from Spinal Tap, guitar solo with the violin rocks. Spinal Tap was great. CRP recently theorized men are thin-wristed and have tanking T because women aren't ovulating anymore due to birth control. Interesting theory. Our testosterone production increases when we're around ovulation. I would agree. Everything that has happened in the last 80 years is destroying humanity. The products we ingest, the soy, the birth controls, it's not working. I think the world elite think that we are destroying the planet, so they want to forcibly depopulate us. Yeah, I don't believe in that, but they want the planet to themselves. They want to hoard the planet. Joara, how are you, man? Doubleheader of CGA Daily is killing me. You got to watch CGA on 2 times the speed. Mars Low, good to have you in the house, brother. How you doing? 25th anniversary of Sublime's self-titled album Time Flies. Very upset when he passed away due to an addiction. Sublime had great stuff. Santa Rosa, one of my favorite songs. Juara, glad he didn't have to live in a car for 6 months like Coach Greg and could afford an apartment. I was a lucky one. Australia, Jimmy James. Went out with a gal from Brisbane, Australia. I don't know, 6, 7 months. Went out a couple times. Attractive, but very mouthy. Am I wrong? Guidestones equals 500 million Mac. I got to look in this Georgia Guidestones. Rad, GNR, awesome. I got tickets for the Fix and English Beat in my hometown. You mentioned that. I love it. Red Skies at Night. Red Skies at Night. Georgia Guidestone says the Earth can only sustain 500 million people. Maybe. We're at 7 billion, aren't we? I'm pumping iron listening to Rad. Doesn't get much more manly than this for any ladies watching. Red My Man. Laying it down to Chinatown. Coach Greg is streaming 5.5 hours a day, so can't get much on anymore. His channel's blowing up. He's got a few of them. I like watching his take on sports, but his titles and his topics are I love them. Guy's a great entertainer with great education and experience. He's definitely one of a kind. 2 times the speed is Chipmunk. You just got to get used to it. I'm okay so far, just chilling like a villain. If you listen to Greg Adams on the normal speed, he's slow. You got to at least get to 1.5. Oh, hold on. I'm okay, just chilling like a villain. There you go. Good to have you, brother. Sig Vlad in the house. Good to have you, brother. Live streams are the way to go now and pumping the iron. Love it, guys. Lats, bench, farmer's carries, delts, dumbbells. No cardio, ever. Cardio is the only time you do cardio is when you move faster between the weight sets. You don't have to do a ton of them. Shit, if you want to do 3 exercises, power lifts, incline chest press, and squats, and you'll build quick. Simple as that. Sick Pink. Opinion on your wife having multiple male best friends and her calling you controlling for not wanting her going to clubs and bars with random men at 2 a.m. You, my friend, have done nothing wrong. She is seeking attention. She is bored. This is a huge red flag. It happened to me. She should not have any best friend except her husband. That's as simple as that. Can't make it any clearer. She's seeking the attention of others. Ugh. But you know what? This story, Sick Pink, I don't know where you're from. This is reality. This is what guys are experiencing. Listen up, folks. We've heard this story how many times? Happened to me. Happened to Red My Man. Happened to John Boston. Happened to a ton of people. Father Saunders. How did that round table go? Saw you were on it, but didn't catch it live. That went great. I enjoyed it. That was with Hammerhand. Check it out. It's only about 2 hours. Watch it on fast speed. Good topics. I take my red pills at 2 times. I get bitch slapped with truth. Same with me. Welcome to Costco. I love you. These big cities are getting to be unbearable. They're full of liberals. They're full of weak-minded men who worship feminism. I don't want a feminist. I don't like feminists. I hate feminism. Feminism is not working well for society. It has been proven to be a complete disaster. Beautiful, feminine, fit, honoring, loyal women are what is attractive. Women that act like women and own it. That respect strong men. Now, if you're a weak man, forget about it. If you're a soy boy, a woman should not be into you. Simple as that. Georgia Guidestones with a tablet-looking structure looks like Stonehenge. Yes, that's what I thought they are. I have no idea what they're for, but it's interesting. Build a home gym to avoid women. Juara. I do like your home gym, though. Thomas Parker. It's the story old as time. Attention-seeking women. I might be leaving this girl soon. You know what? This is a hard pill to take. when you realize that she is no longer into you and she's seeking external validation, this is when it's over. It ain't ever going back. You could use the dread game that these PUA coaches talk about, but it's too far gone. Learn from people like me that try to fight it. Brian, Lion in the house. What's up, brother? Good to have you. Keto fasting and high intensity training has me in great shape. Hell yeah, it does. I do high intensity and fasting. I do long fasts. My typical fast is 20 to 22 hours. The video CJ shows of the Gump signing the marriage certificate is hilarious. I love it. Imagine if that poor bastard sees that CJ video. You know, it's funny. It's like, I wonder who else watches his stuff. There's got to be celebrities and athletes and politicians, all sorts of rich people that watch these channels. I mean, they got to be watching them. I wouldn't doubt it if Brad Pitt or, you know, guys that are getting divorced, Dr. Dre watch these sort of channels. That's the beginning of the end. My ex started that game around 4 months before she left, dancing and drinking with an old flame. Don't be a cuck, file first. Well said, Redmine. Sick Pink's wife sounds like an attention 304 coming from Lisa. I would agree with that. Rad can afford the $75,000 hair treatment surgeries and procedures. You know what the problem with hair treatment is? You have to have enough donor hair. I have about this much donor hair. So the only way I will ever get a full head of hair, it's not like I seek it. I've been bald for 28 years. I could care less. When they get to cloning, genetic cloning of hair is the only way I could have a decent looking, like an amazing hair. But who knows when that shit's going to happen. Don't forget, must get in deadlifts with shoulder shrug at end of lift. Full body lift, amazing stimulation for nervous system. The deadlift, yes. Power clean, deadlift, shoulder shrugs. I do about 7 exercises. I feel great. Lawyer up with the most expensive and reputable you can afford. Whoever files first has the advantage. I hope you have no children. Please listen to this. I've been in your shoes 100%. Mine did file first, but we destroyed her. Well, I don't want to say that word. We got what was fair for a father and a provider. But I would agree with that statement. A lot of guys that don't file first get the shaft depending on what state they're in. Now, I was lucky I was in a red state. If I was in a blue state like Oregon, it'd be very difficult. Poor brother signed his life away in that clip. Absolutely. This is what I needed to hear. I'm tired of being the bad guy for wanting my wife at least respect me. Funny thing is, early on, she would flip on me for having female friends. Time to get out. Writing's on the wall, and it's sad to say that. It really is. I wish I could help you make your marriage work. But at this point, she's followed the exact game plan and pattern of most 304s in today's world. That's what she's doing. And you can't go back. She can't go back to a submissive, honoring husband, housewife. It's over. Go find an attorney. Oh, luckily no children. Oh my gosh, dude. You have no idea what this means. Split your assets, get divorced. Get out. Ask John Boston. Sick Pink, please reach out if you need anything. Contact on my channel. Yep. As well. Any of these guys will reach out to you. Listen to Rad and all these subscribers. Your relationship is over. Yep. It's sad. I mean, I don't want to be a dick about it, but at this point, it's over. Red states are blue pill. Just saying. They're turning in that way. CGL tells the celebrities that he will send a copy of his book to Dr. Dre and others. He talks about, I think, the pick of throw in the damn towel. That's what I think. I remember him saying that. He'll send Dr. Dre and can consult him. Be careful. Once you know you're getting out, all hell can break loose. Yes, be prepared. Have your phone ready to record, and literally try to not be. Once you file, try to not stay around her. Come home late. Leave early. Lisa Smith. She's for the streets. Run. It's coming from Lisa from Kansas City. Listen to her. I saw a 25-year-old music video that used the term 304 around the world by AMG. MGTOW Cowboy. Love it. Check out MGTOW Cowboy's channel. He's got some good stuff too. I heard if you consult all the lawyers in town, you can't hire them. Conflict of interest. Well said. Bullet dodge. She's a classic gaslighter, says R. This has been great, guys. Listen, too many simps, cucks, soy boys, and bronies. Okay? Men first. Stay masculine. Be strong. Do not allow weakened men, strong masculine women deter you from your purpose. Rebel against defeat, chase excellence, masculinity, men first.